It's Super Bowl Sunday. Tagovailoa and the Atlanta Falcons versus Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks.
When you think about the classic venues to host the NFL's ultimate game, this one's right up near the top of the list. The Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. We are minutes away from Super Bowl 59, and we've got a tremendous matchup in store. "60 years of Super Bowls have led us here. More history to be written tonight as we get underway." And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by the 3rd overall selection back in 2018 from USC. It's Sam Darnold.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we're looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Next to receivers, they'll spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
On 2nd down, Darnold has it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Here comes 3rd down at 7. Back to throw, Darnold. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 38-yard line. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely, as one of the better coaches in the league always tells me. On offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. He'll get this complete to the tight end Barner. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. A nice gain there to his trusty tight end, and now it's got them thinking opening drive touchdown here as they get into the red zone.
And in most cases with your tight end, you feel like you've got a mismatch no matter who's covering him. Is it a small cornerback? Is it a linebacker who may not run as well? In any event, whatever you see, you think that tight end can win that battle.
We are just getting started here at Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. 1 quarter in the books. Can't wait to see what the 2nd quarter has in store. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st down, Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And from the gun, here's a handoff to Charbonnet. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. To throw is Darnold. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
And he spoke very eloquently and passionately on media day about what a victory here would mean for him. He knows this just isn't any other game. This is the kind of game that stays with you for a lifetime. If there's anyone on this field tonight who's most ready for this moment, I think it's this man right here.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And complete to Drake London. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
That's a good start to the ball game. Maybe a little bit of a tone setter offensively. They come out throwing right away, and it's an early completion and a quick 1st down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Tua. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
2nd and 10. On play action, here's Tua. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
You still hold your breath a little when Tua gets out of the pocket, but there he made the wise call. If there's nothing downfield, just throw it away.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He'll get this complete to Charlie Warner. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 4th down. Two minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed. 39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Darnold on 1st down. Buying time to his left. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, I could spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage, but when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now here's Michael Dixon as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He'll take it at the 42. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. From midfield, here's Tua. That's caught by Werner, the tight end. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now 2nd and 9. Play action. Now it's Tua. Now the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Derek Hall in there that time to get him to the turf. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play.
Under pressure, they got him again. Now the Seahawks going to use the 1st of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. On is Jake Bailey to send this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And the Seahawks offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And you wonder if they'll just take this 3-0 lead to the locker room. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Now Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. And they trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Here's Tua. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Steps to a hit, and the ball is out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. On first down, Tagovailoa. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jaron Reed able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Tua going to throw. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick 6 here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there, because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, their ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
The extra point now coming from Myers. He's got it, and it's 17. Defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Taken at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Atlanta now coming out on the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Tagovailoa trying again after the pick 6. Got London on the slant. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
And this is what